Barbadian and a Trinidadian dying with starvation. The Bajan say, look, Finny, let we make a cook. I put the rice, you going put the meat. Then we going both have something to eat. But when the pot was nearly to done, the Bajan decide to pull a fast one. He said, Trini, I'm a born Barbadian. I don't like to fight. But when come to the occasion,
Soca. Hello, hi, one and all. It's Tune Tuesday. Soca Say So. And George Glean is back. I am Uncle G is in the building. How exciting. Last time we had you on, by the end of it, everyone was like, more. So finally, we have another history lesson. XOJCD, hello, hi. How are you? Stevie Padarath, hello, hi. Good evening. Thank you for the compliments. So we are here, and we have our theme for the night is comedic calypso. Comedic calypso. You're gonna have to project, Uncle G, because we had this set up a little further than normal so we could both squeeze in the shot, right, guys? So we started off with our normal anthem, Nyla Blackman, More Soca. That's our 2020 anthem. And we're sticking to it. Spice Raps 473, hello, hi. Welcome to the show. It's Tune Tuesday. And I am so honored to have George Glean back with us. If you saw the ad, he's an author. He's a calypso historian. He's a teacher. And we're ready to learn, right? Get it together. Call auntie, call grandma, call mom, call dad, call your cousins, call your kids, because we're getting a lesson today. Hello, hi, Jacinta. It's Jacinta from Grenada, so say hello,
okay.
Hi.
Hello. Hello and hi.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be back with Soca Say So. So let's see what we could do today. I always come on because we listen to soca, but everything has its origin. So I come as a bridge between calypso, which is the parents, and soca, which is the children. But just before we start today, it is imperative that we pause for a minute, because the calypso world has been shattered with the death of the mighty swallow. The mighty swallow, who hailed from Antigua, Barbuda, and usually these Calypsonians, they always have some fancy names. His real name was Rupert Philo, or Philo, whatever you want to pronounce it, Philo. He was 78 years old, and we mourn his death. And on behalf of Soca Say So, you, our listeners, we just want to extend to the friends and families of the late mighty swallow our deepest condolences. So we just pause for just a brief moment in that recognition. Okay, now the mighty Swallow was what we call a calypso stalwart. His many hits include Subway Jam, Party in Space, and Satan Coming Down. You might remember a few of these. The Swallow won the Calypso of Antigua in 1973, 1978, 1979, and 1985. He also went on to win Antigua's Road March 5 times. So that gives you an idea as to how prolific he was as an artist. Now, because of these attributes, Rupert Philo was awarded the Medal of Merit and the Grand Cross of Princely Heritage. I suppose you would see how British that is. So it's really British. Now, Antigua, finally, a few years later, Mr. Vere Bird, who was the then Prime Minister of Antigua, took the unprecedented path and recognized 50 years of his artistry and his excellence. And the mighty Swallow was knighted in 2011.
Wow.
Now, very few Calypsonians ever got that honor. Sparrow is a doctor. Starling is a doctor. Somebody else is a... But I think this is the first Sir. So we, as we say, we are grieving, and all our hats off to Sir Philo or Rupert, mighty Swallow Philo. And
Wow.
may he rest in peace.
Wow.
Okay, we said our emphasis today would be on the comedic side of the calypsos. And the reason why we do that is because we stuck in this pandemic. I mean, it's just it's a weight on our shoulders. So I thought that we could just ease the tension a little bit today by bringing a little laughter. It doesn't have to be a ha ha. It could just be a chuckle. It's okay. And
It's always a ha ha with me.
But as Soka says, so ask you, the regular listeners, call your grandmas, call your aunties, call your uncles. Let them come in. For them, they will be reminiscing. For you, you will be experiencing. So, here we go. Comedy in Calypso. Who knew? I mean, do you really laugh? Is it really something? So we're going to start off today with the classics. And most of what we're going to be playing today are classics. I mean, stuff that you just can't get tired of. So we start off today with the Calypso King of the World, who is my favorite Calypsonian, the Mighty Sparrow. And he starts with Lying Excuses.
And if you had a good DJ, I would have been on point. I was so caught up. Here we go. Don't fire the DJ, please. Brooklyn Psycho. This chick, hello, hi. Laird, I see you. Good evening, all. Farah, hello, hi. Big up yourself.
Maggie darling, sugar dumpling, don't get catch me within the bed. Really didn't have no place to rest she had. Business closed down, she lost she was disappointed, suffering from shock. So I take she home just to relax and cheer she up.
Oh, okay. Listen, lyrics.
I'm exhausted, she said to me. Boy, you're so tired and so sleepy. Casually she sat on the bed and asked me to massage her leg. That's all, that is all, that is all.
Right. That's all. That's Mighty Sparrow, and the song is called Lying Excuses. You remember that one for sure.
I hope you got a little chuckle out of this one. Some of you might have had similar experiences. Who knows? Now I'm saying we're going to be staying classic. So we go back to 1954. The Calypsonian named Lord Melody, and he was one of the stalwarts. Now he took pleasure in laughing at himself. Melody was referred to as the ugliest Calypsonian during his time, and he didn't fight it. He took pleasure in it. So he came out and he sang a song called Mama Look a Boo Boo Day. See if you could understand that. Let's go.
I wonder why nobody don't like me. Or is it the fact that I'm ugly? I wonder why nobody don't like me. Or is it the fact that I'm ugly? I leave me whole house and go. My children don't want me no more. The curse in black is white and ting. And when I talk they start to sing. Mama look a boo-boo. They shout, the mother told them, shut up your mouth, that is your father. Oh no, my daddy can be ugly, so shut your mouth, go away. Mama look a boo-boo day. Shut your mouth, go away. Mama look a boo-boo day. Digest me supper due to the children's behavior. John, yes, pa, come here a moment. Ring the bell to you to damn Lent. Daddy is Jean who start off first. No, daddy is Joyce who started curse. I drag me bell from off my waist. If you see races out the place, mama look a boo-boo. They shout, the mother told them, shut up your mouth. That is your father. Oh no. My daddy can't be ugly, so shut your mouth, go.
Oh no. My daddy can't be ugly, so.
That's what I'm talking about. Laughing at yourself and then getting everybody else to laugh with you instead of laughing at you.
But,
no.
I mean, can we just hold on a second? Obviously, my daddy's not ugly, because look, we have the same face. So, don't even try it. Don't even try it. Are you telling us about the Harry Belafonte link on this one?
Yeah, right. This song, Harry Belafonte recorded it also. So you'll see, if you go to Google it, you might see Harry Belafonte singing. But the song was written by Lord Melody and sung initially by Lord Melody. Now, because you remember, for those of you who are as old as I am, remember that Harry Belafonte was a star. I mean, like one of the first black multi-talented stars we had. He was an actor, he was a singer, he was a producer. As a matter of fact, he substituted for Johnny Carson. Who knew? A couple nights ago, it was on NBC, that Johnny Carson was out for a week, and they called in Harry Belafonte to sub for him.
And that was a coveted spot.
That very
Nobody got to take that seat lightly.
And Harry Belafonte for Johnny Carson. So
wow.
So Harry Belafonte hired Melody to write for him, and most of the songs that that album he came with called Calypso, that's what pushed him up to the top because of melodies.
Can we take a note on that? Calypso helped propel Harry Belafonte. Like,
Yeah.
and still people talking about Calypso can't get you far, soca can't get you far. People have had careers built on Calypso.
Sure.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So let's move on. I want to introduce you to one of the most controversial Calypsonians, I think, in my time. As a matter of fact, his name is the Mighty Douglas. And the reason why it was so controversial is because all his tunes sung in the same way. But he defeated the Mighty Sparrow to win the Calypso crown. And Sparrow was so annoyed that the next year he came out with a song, Robbery with V, which the lyrics just said, this guy just have one tune, the same tune, and you're going to still put him as king instead of me. But at the same time, Douglas sang two songs, which I think are classics. It gives you his imagination and everything, his observational depth. And he came out and he had a song called Lazy Man. Now I want you to listen to that. And you could send in a couple of comments if you feel like it. The depth and the thinking that these guys went to a few years ago.
Well, I'm challenging anybody who think that they more lazy than me. Open competition to prove I'm the world's most laziest man. You could come from Germany, you could come from France. If you think you're more lazy than me, you could take the chance. But I'm lazy to wine or dine, I'm lazy to speak my mind. Sun shining as hot as fire, I'm lazy to perspire. A hungry look I want to death, I'm lazy to bite my bread. I'm drowsy and I'm sleepy like an old ram sheep, but I'm lazy to go to sleep. Since I was small, it is the same thing. Me old grandmother complaining, how I was so lazy, she couldn't make no hand of me. If she beat me to make me work, she only making joke. She could beat me till she beat off all me clothes. I'm too lazy to break from blows. Now I'm lazy to brush my teeth, I'm lazy to wash my feet. Skin dirty, look I want to bathe, but I'm lazy to make the grade. Some people might think I'm smelling, I know what you think, but you should realize that a fella like me too lazy to even smell stains.
I got it there.
That's what I'm talking about, the humor in the Calypso.
He's too lazy to stink. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Now we're gonna stick with Douglas for a while. Because first of all, most of all West Indians I think know what a Douglas is. But for the many foreign listeners that listen to the program, a Douglas is a combination of a Negro or African and an Indian, the child that comes from that union. So when you think of it, if you're an African, you're one nationality. If you're Indian, you're not one nationality also. But if you're a Douglas, automatically you're two nationalities. So if there is a problem, what's going to happen? So that is the story of this next song. So you listen it and you decide the calamity that faces one when he's neither one or the other. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Pick up the South double 12.
Let us suppose the
pass a law. They don't want people living here anymore.
That's right, DJ
Just
Josh.
suppose they pass a law.
Hello,
They don't want
hello.
people living here anymore. Everybody got to find their country according to your race originally. What a confusion I would cause in the place. They might have to shoot me in space. Because you're sending Indians to India, and the Negroes back to Africa. Can somebody please just tell me where they're sending for me? I am neither one nor the other. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. If they're serious about sending back people for true, they got to split me in two. From the time I was small, I'm in confusion. I couldn't play with no other little children. If I go by the Negro children to play, they say you little foolie, now run away. I go by the Indian children next door. They say no weary and what you come here for. I always by myself like a little monkey. Not one single child wouldn't play with me. So if they're sending Indians to India, and the Negroes back to Africa, can somebody please just tell me where they're sending for me? I am neither one nor the other. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. If they're serious about sending back people for true, they're bound to split me in two.
Oh, wow. You know, you take that for granted. I feel like looking at people who would be considered Dougla, I would say, oh, you're just from the island. Like, that's just what happens. Interview. He didn't have a place in the space. Like, not African, not 100% African, not 100% Indian. Oh boy, but he could at least get across his feelings through song. That's the goodness of Calypso for sure. Roaring Lion, I don't have it, but you can put it on your request for request time. I just want to go back to a comment that Double 12 made earlier. He said that Melody and Kitchener did not want to sign over their rights to their songs to American labels, which hurt the genre from crossing over into the American market. I mean, I think it would have helped if, you know, the reasons why were known and you told other artists, listen, fight for your rights, ask for, you know, to keep the rights to your music, to your lyrics, because you wrote the song. And there's a lot, you know, at the time, a lot of American artists weren't writing their songs. Right. If they would have shared that knowledge and gotten better representation, then they could have really brought the whole genre up. But I wonder if they did share that.
Well, as a matter of fact, there is, I don't know if it's rumors or what, but Belafonte wanted Sparrow to sign up with him, and they wanted to go on tour together. But obviously, Belafonte would be the headliner, and Sparrow would be just there. And Sparrow said, no, I am the king of Calypso, not you. So if ever we have to go, I would have to go. But at the time, Sparrow didn't have the cachet as what Harry Belafonte had. So that could have been, if he did, probably it could have done something to the Calypso, but who knows? It never happened. So we just have to. And you're asking for Roaring Lion, but we didn't bring the lion this time, but probably the next time. But we just brought a few. We were just trying to just make you laugh a little bit. Not really bringing out all the vintage Calypsonians. We just try to just put a smile on your face, especially during this Corona pandemic.
Mm-hmm. DJ Josh says that the industry was super predatory back then. Wasn't as simple as getting representation back then. You didn't have the same kind of agency to advocate for themselves as black artists back then. Yes. True. That is pure facts. Mm-hmm. Let's get into the lyrics challenge. I'm not gonna put you on the spot, Uncle G, but normally this chick says, they're gonna get it. They know, your followers really know music. They really know soca. They know the lyrics. They if I just give them a little piece of it, they'll figure it out. And the last few weeks, we didn't figure it out. But this week, everybody got it, like really, really fast. Or not everybody, but a few people got it really fast. So I will give you the lyrics in my best American accent. And then I'll just tell you it because since people did respond with the correct answer. So here you go. Here's the lyrics. The lipstick on my shirt, well, that's really red dirt. I fall. Look, my back still hurt. Lyrics.
Lying excuses.
Lying
That's all it is.
I'll say it one more time and then I'll play the song. You guys can definitely type it in. What's the name of the song and who's the artist. The lyrics again is the lipstick on my shirt. Well, that's really red dirt. I fall. Look, my back still hurt. Ay, ay, ay. That is Anselm Douglas, the answer to Kim. Anselm Douglas and TC with the answer to Kim. What the hell is Kim? Yeah, the answer to that song. Thank you, Double 12.
I don't understand this. I can't warn you, I don't want you.
Listen. When the conversation starts with that much stammering,
Something's wrong.
something's off. Something's off. Look at Big Bad Soca artist statement on the check-in. Hello, hi, sir.
Tell her this girl you walk on. She said, baby, don't do this to me. Baby, yeah, no. Hey, listen, TC didn't mean to cause you pain. I was trying to come up with a baby name.
Big Bad
And
Soca
that
artist
is
for
the
Black
honest
Man
truth,
on the
simple and
check-in.
plain. I will never ever talk in bed again. TC, the way you bring back him. And if it's a boy and slim, a baby just like you, real sweet and cuddly too.
You're watching me in me eye and talking a pack of lies. Look, and slim, so long, adios and goodbye.
On you, I love and respect you too, just like Pablo Mud, my boo. The lipstick on my shirt, well that is really red hot. I follow me back, still hurt.
What about the love letter from Susan?
Look at the lyrics.
That's possible for me,
Look
it's
at the
what's
lyrics.
for them.
Rewind it. Come
Look,
again.
and slim, so long, adios and goodbye.
I will never cheat on you, I love and respect you too, just like Pablo Mud, my boo. The lipstick on my shirt, well that is really red hot. I follow me back, still hurt.
What about the love letter from Susan?
That's possible for me, it was for Anton.
I will never ever trust a next man.
Trust me. Nobody could love you more than I can. No gon' tease me. The way you bring back him. And if it's a boy and slim, a baby just like you, real sweet and cuddly too.
Look, handsome boy, save your life. Who you trying to mama guy? So long, my friend, it's adios and goodbye. But tell me, the mark on your neck.
A classic. A classic.
And we can still get a chuckle out of that also. So just a little light Tuesday evening with Soca Say So. We're not jamming the soca today. We're just easing back a little bit and just taking it light and sip on something. I'm sipping on something. You would have to guess what I'm sipping at. Tastes good. So your guess is good as mine. So we get back to the comedic side of the calypsos. We're talking about marriage or living together. The usual system is that the man goes to work, the wife stays at home. But he always thinks that
Y'all see my face?
when he comes home, you've been home for the whole day. What did you do? What do you mean? Look, I watched it. I did. So the wife decided she's going to turn the table. She said, okay, you stay home, I go to work, and let's see what happens. Eventually, probably people call me still there. Yes, darling. Every time, yes, darling, yes, darling. So let's see what happens. Follow the story and see what happens when the table turns.
She was under pressure when Tommy was breadwinner. He used to go about boasting how hard he had she working. One day, table turn, he lost his work and ended up home. Now she turned breadwinner and he became homemaker. Man, she had been working the way he was doing each day as a rule. She had Tommy walking like a mule. You mop me house, yes darling. You dust me couch, yes darling. You make me bed, yes darling. You change my spread, yes darling. Hope you wash the wares, yes darling. Hope you clean the chest for me, yes darling. Hope you press the clothes, yes darling. Cause I go in and go, yes darling. Everybody fixing off on Tommy. Everybody watching how she happy. Everybody fixing off on Tommy. Everybody like the way she happy. Hey, I go fucking like this.
I can't even play full songs, which is so annoying because, you know, if you know Calypso, you know the story does not stop at the first verse. You guys have to go back and find these tunes on YouTube. I will put them up on a playlist, on the Tune Tuesday playlist, on the Soca Say So's YouTube, because you have to hear the full story. That's the wonderfulness about Calypso, is that from beginning to end, you're gonna get a whole story. It's not just one verse that just keeps going like most Soca songs are.
Well, I just hope most of you guys out there are not, yes, darling, you know.
Why? I wish I could have yes darling somebody. I will make up the bed. I'll make up the bed. Can I please just stay home, please?
Yes,
and
darling,
thanks.
yes, darling.
Spice Isle 4, hello, hi. Miss Roly Poly, big up yourself.
Okay, we keep on moving. I really hope that we're putting a smile on your face today. You know, just a smile. It doesn't have to be a laugh, but just a smile. Just to ease the load. Take something off. Take a deep breath. Relax for a little. Sip something. You know what I mean?
Right?
Sip something, anything. Now, the Grand Master of Calypso, Lord Kitchener, and obviously the names aren't just banded about. He is the Grand Master because he's great. But besides his road marches, which he had a penchant for, he wrote a very, very funny song called, well, let me try to explain a little bit of it. There's sometimes before in the islands you had something called seasoning pork. And the only reason you used it was to put it into the rice so to give the rice a good smell, a good aroma, and therefore it would add to the taste. No, it wasn't meat for you to eat. It was just something to put in the rice to season it up. So the story that you're about to hear just deals with that. This guy, he had the rice, the other guy had the meat, but the meat was just a piece of a bone or the pork. And when just about as the food was being cooked, follow the story.
All right.
Lord Kitchen, get your meat off
A
my
Bajan
rice.
and a Trinidadian dying with starvation. The Bajan say, look, Trini, now we make a cook. I put the rice, you going to put the meat. Then we going both have something to eat. But when the pot was nearly to done, the Bajan decided to pull a fast one. He said, Trini, I'm a born Bajan. I don't like to fight. But when come to the occasion, man, a stick for my right. You put in a 12-cent meatball, you worse than a lice. I going to give you a word of advice. Take your meat out my rice. Trini got in a big rage. What wrong with you, bitch? I'm gonna tell you flat, bitch, I ain't taking that. When we was shopping, we both agreed the food will be cooked and shared equally. I put my last penny in this meat, and I ain't moving until I eat. Bitch, Trini, I'm a born Barbadian. I don't like to fight. But when come to the occasion, man, I die for my right. You put in a 10-cent meatball, you think that is nice? Well, don't make me have to tell you twice. Take your meat out my rice.
Now, the funny thing about most of these calypsos, especially dealing with somebody smarter than the other, it always deals with a Bajan. So big up to the Bajans. Because when I was growing up, most of the islands thought that Bajans had the most intelligent people. Personally, when I went to high school, 90% of my teachers came from Barbados.
Wow.
Including the headmaster of the school that I went to. And it was the best school on the island.
In Grenada.
In Grenada. 90% of the teachers came from Barbados.
Wow.
Some of them eventually made their life there. They got married and stayed there. But the point is that they were looked at as very intelligent of all the Caribbean islands. Now, Trinidad had its oil and its pitch lake. So I saw it as the Bajans always said, okay, you have all of that, but, and that's what it is.
Wow.
So, because of the intelligence, all the other islands just made them think that they thought that they were so smart. So everybody say you're smart like a Bajan. It's always like this smart in inverted commas. So, the Grandmaster sang one of his most comedic songs was the Take Your Meat Off My Rice.
Follow Soca Say So on all social media and SocaSaySo.com. And make sure you join Tune Tuesday every Tuesday night via Instagram Live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.